Hello everyone and welcome back to Austin Talks. For today we are doing part 3 of the history of music because this series seems to be quite popular on this channel, and obviously because my dad likes being on YouTube, he's here again, here for another part 3, where today we are talking about the remastered music, where people have taken music and made it into their own. And also like rapping music, which is a field that we don't really listen to much, so that's why I think it was actually a good thing to talk about. So I'm not gonna rabble on right now, let's just get straight into it. Now this was a comment request, but this is Rick Astley, and I don't know much about him to be perfectly honest, but the only song obviously that I know of his is Never Gonna Give You Up, because that is very popular, but that obviously is normal. I also know he does have a like soothing voice, like a mix between Michael Bublé and Frank Sinatra. Obviously not as good as those two people because they're quite good, but not as but I do think he is like one of those soothing, calm voices. Over to you, Dad, though.
Rick Astley, obviously a big 80s icon during that time, but at the time there was a lot of other good bands and singers. Yes, I agree, Never Gonna Give You Up is probably his most prominent song today, but he did have some other ones, very good songs. But surprisingly enough, he's big in Germany, very big in Germany, and he's had a bit of a revival recently, because a couple of years ago he did an impromptu walk-on with the Foo Fighters, and they were actually singing Never Gonna Give You Up, and he was actually there at the concert.
I did not know that.
They dragged him on, and he just belted it out with the Foo Fighters. There's been a couple of items that where he has sung with other people, but I think he's got an amazing voice, and if you listen to some of his back catalogue, he's a really good singer, and by all accounts he's a really good guy as well. But a massive 80s icon, and long may he live, because I think he has got some real good songs that are up there, especially with Michael Bublé. I wouldn't say Sinatra, but definitely up there with Michael Bublé.
Yeah, I actually noticed after you've told that story, I never knew that. I thought that was quite good. I just noticed on his wrist he has like one of those things you get when you're going into a concert, but they never give those to the they never give those to the.
But he's done Glastonbury. He's done some of the.
No, but they don't give it to the performers. So
yeah, they do. The performers have to wear them backstage and whatever.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought that.
No.
Okay, never mind. So Ed Sheeran, I like Ed Sheeran. He's good. Ed Sheeran is not he's not only a really great man. He's like one of the nicest people ever. But he's also one of the best singers I've ever actually seen, and I would actually really like to see him in concert.
Yeah, I think from a concert type thing and a versatility. He's very good. He obviously writes a lot of his own songs. He's collaborated with some amazing people.
One of which we'll get onto.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stormzy, who else? Wiz Khalifa. He's done a lot of things. One of his heroes, he's a guy that I really like, is Damien Rice, as more of a folk singer. But also he does a lot of acoustic stuff with people like Mark Rosenberg of Passenger. He's done that before. He does a lot of different types of music, acoustic, rap. What else? As I said, the collaboration stuff. He's done the collaboration with an opera singer.
For Perfect.
Yeah, for Perfect.
Yeah. That's one of the most like.
I can't remember his
Italian
name.
guy.
Italian guy, but he's so versatile, and he's like. What he does, he's done his most recent concert. He just it's him and a guitar and a loop machine, and for anyone to do that, he's pretty amazing. But it took him a long time to come through, break through music. Really did. He was sleeping on people's couches for a while, just to save money, so he could make music. So he's come from the bottom up, and recently he's had a couple of attempted lawsuits against his music and that, which are totally unfounded. And that, so if you look at look at the way he plays. He can, as he says, he can play any tune from 4 chords, and he's proved it. But the chords that he uses is the basis of rock and roll and that, and then you're never going to change that. It's like having like saying an engine of a car. He's copyrighted. No, the engine is every single car. It's the engine of those chords that he uses, that everyone uses, is the engine of rock and roll. So he's a modern day artist. He's probably one of the best out there.
Considering I didn't finish what I was about to say, but this is why we have that. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I don't care.
And I've got a recommendation. If anyone wants to watch the really good documentary, watch the Sum of It All by Ed Sheeran. You really get a good insight of him as a person and how things have affected him recently and over the past couple of years.
Now I'll put that in the description for those who like. If you missed that, the title will be, and you can find it on Disney Plus as well. So yeah, we'll get on to the next one.
Oh.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long one. Now I've heard their music for a long time because of my dad, obviously. But recently I've actually gotten into their music like quite a lot. On my playlist now, I have Money for Nothing, Sultans of Swings, and Wyman. Wyman's really good. And those are actually just a few that I actually have. And I watched the Mark Knopfler episode of A Life on the Road, the one with Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
And that was actually, I did really enjoy that. And obviously my dad actually, I think he knows so much about Mark Knopfler and Dire Straits, so prepare for a long conversation.
Mark Knopfler, probably one of the most underestimated guitarists in the world. Comes from Newcastle originally, and he started from the bottom up. Was a folk singer, but he's got a unique playing style, cross between finger picking. A cross between picking and accompaniment. So he uses his thumb as a bass, and then his fingers as the as like the muse or the voice of the guitar. There's a couple of documentaries on YouTube, and if you've got a chance to watch them, just watch, because it's so interesting on how he plays and how he gets the sound for various songs like Money for Nothing, Sultans of Swing, Tunnel of Love, all those different types of songs, and the types of guitar he uses, from Fender Stratocaster, which he started off with, something like that, a Hofner, to like a Gibson, then onto a National guitar, which gives a totally different sound. And if anyone wants to listen to an album, listen to Brothers in Arms, because that's probably one of the first albums I ever bought on vinyl, and it's just a fantastic album with some great tunes on it, different styles. But yeah, anyone gets to see him, because unfortunately he stopped with Dire Straits when they were at their peak. It was just the touring and that just got to him as a young musician. It was just too much away from his family, and now he produces a lot of music. He's done various soundtracks to movies. He does a lot of his own stuff, like Sailing for Philadelphia. He's probably one of his best solos.
Didn't he do Wyman solo?
Yeah, he did Wyman, which is the theme tune to a series called Elvisa's Ain't Pet. That was probably 80s time, late 80s, into late 80s. But as a person, he's a great person, and as a musician, I think he's very, very underrated as a guitarist. You always hear of Hendrix, was it Slash, Eddie Van Halen, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and people like that. But he's just got a unique playing style. So there's my 5 minutes. Probably a little bit more than 5 minutes, but if anyone gets a chance just to have a look on YouTube at some of the videos or the programs that he's got out there, he's a very interesting person and amazing to watch on guitar.
I've just been looking at the timer, and I strictly warned my dad about how long the video should be, because I understand the last video was long. We're only on the 3rd slide, and we're 10 minutes. Okay.
You can always do a part 4.
At this point, I think we'll be doing that, yeah. Now, this person, obviously, I know she's really big in the industry of music, extremely. Now, there's only a couple of songs of hers, not just one, but there's a couple of songs of hers that I actually like, and one of them was actually written by Ryan Tedder, who is one of my favourite singers. He's the lead singer of, what's it called, One Republic, and her music has touched many people in the world, there's no denying that. And whilst, yeah, me and my dad aren't fans of her, but I just want to see, like, how she's evolved as a singer, not what her singing is like, how she has evolved.
Don't get me wrong, I think she is a very good singer, but just not my kind of artist. And yeah, I just don't like her style. Don't get me wrong, there's other artists out there like Pink. Early on there's Tracy Chapman, I like Diana Ross from Motown era, Cyndi Lauper, people like that. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of female singers out there that I really, really like. But Beyonce, her style of music and singing is just not one of those for me.
You're not
don't
gonna
get me
like
wrong, she does some good songs, but it's not.
Halo is good.
Yeah, Halo and that, but it's not the type of thing I'd go out there and purposely listen to. If it comes on the radio, yeah, I'll probably listen to it, but it's not something I'd go out and buy the music or download their music or her music. So, yeah, to me it's just nothing. Not the type of artist I'd listen to. Don't get me wrong, Madonna I think is one of the greatest female singers going, but she's changed her style. Maybe in years to come Beyonce will do, but to me I don't think she can put herself up with people like Madonna and that.
I do, I know this sounds weird, but I like the one was like, oh, sing it. I like that song.
Gimmicky, too gimmicky for me.
Alright. Well, now this, okay, and there. This is why the animations hurt my brain. Now we're on to rappers, and one of them was already said earlier, even though I didn't want it to be said, but hey, here we are. Yeah, I've got 4 on here, because these are the ones that we're actually experienced with. There's only a few that we know, like, to a certain extent. So, yeah, don't get annoyed, there is only 4. First one is Snoop Dogg.
Wow.
I like Snoop Dogg. Now, whilst I don't listen to a lot of his music, just occasionally, like when it comes on the radio, but he like there's other music that his music has impacted the field of rap music. You can't like go and say no, he hasn't. He has. Like I know he had some sort of career in acting, didn't he? There's one movie you keep on.
Starsky and Hutch.
Yes,
Starsky. Huggy Bear. There was no one else in the world that could play Huggy Bear than Snoop Dogg in the remake of it. He was amazing, and he's very, very versatile.
He's a nice person in real life as well, so he's quite funny.
He came up with. He was picked up by Dr. Dre, and there's a big, that record label. And at the time, there was a few other artists that were with them, and it was very gangland time with that music industry. Tupac Shakur was killed. It was all to do with the record label, the rivalry and things like that. And he was picked up by the Dr. Dre record label. But people think rap's a new thing. It's not. Rap's been around since the 70s, okay, or late 70s, and it came out of America. You had people like Run DMC before. They were brilliant. Run DMC. They launched themselves with Aerosmith with Walk This Way.
Oh yeah.
And it was just that was some amazing brainchild from producers and that, these ideas, and those people brought rap music to the forefront. Okay, whatever you listen to the lyrics or whatever, it doesn't matter. But rap's been out there rap and hip hop has been out there for years.
Yeah.
And I think Snoop Dogg's brought it to the millions rather than just thousands. People like Snoop Dogg have relaunched a style of music that was very much an underground type of music.
Yeah, I do like Snoop Dogg's music. When it comes on the radio, yeah, I will say turn it up, because it's not like a typical like it's like a jazzed up version of rap, and that's why I do like Snoop Dogg and like some of his stuff.
He's one of these guys that's never taken himself too seriously and not taken his craft too seriously.
Yeah. Next one. Oh god.
Well.
Now Eminem. Now I think me and you can both agree he's altered music, not just rap, but music. Okay.
Yeah, he made it very controversial. He made rap very controversial. Well, what can you say? As a white guy coming through on rap music, that style, and how good he is at it, it's just unbelievable. He wasn't accepted as a rapper originally, but he's made it his own. He proved himself. Was up there with some of the greatest, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Tupac, and people like that. He's come through, and he's one of the most amazing rappers that has come through in a very dominant black community of music. He's just come to the forefront. Brought it out there, and he's united that style of music. I think he has united that style of music for everyone. I don't know if anyone's seen the film 8 Mile. It's a great film, and it just demonstrates his versatility at the rapping, at the type of underground style that he has. And it's all about dissing people and things like that, but he is good at it. He is very good at it. He lost his way a bit, but he's come back, and I think he's up there with the best now. Again.
He also made I don't think a lot of people know this. Ed Sheeran, he started as a kid. Obviously, he was said in many interviews. He started as a kid, and he listened to Rap God, and it actually got rid of his stutter, because he got into rapping, and that's what actually got rid of it. And I think I thought that was really cool. And he also a few years ago asked him to do what song?
The River on one of his.
No, not that one. It was one that he did a cover of.
I can't remember, but he's done some collaborations with a few people.
And he also made the Venom verse. Obviously, I have feelings about the Marvel Venom verse. He did the soundtrack for Venom 1 and 2. I have feelings about that, but the Venom song is class. And then the one he did for Let There Be Carnage was really good as well. It's last one standing.
Great collaborations. One of his original ones was Stan.
That's the one.
Stan, and he did, which was done with Dido, a singer called Dido. She was very good. But
yeah, like.
It was. But when you listen to a lot of his songs, they've got real meaning. Some of them haven't, but a lot of them have got real meaning.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, Ice Cube. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know much about this person or his music, so this one's really over to my dad. Now, I know there's obviously certain history, as my dad has already explained, but I'm not sure what that is, so this is why we have him.
You put him in the same breath as Dr. Dre. They started off.
That's
They started off NWA. So NWA if anyone's watched the film Straight Outta Compton, it's basically the history of Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and all that lot, and the record label. It was all bought up at that time, and he was one of the founding fathers of NWA, and I can't remember the record label now, but you had Taurus B.I.G. at the time as well. And there was a big fight over this. The rappers, they wanted Ice Cube and Dr. Dre wanted to commercialise it, and others still wanted to keep it underground and that. And yeah, he was one of the founding fathers of the modern day rap.
I mean, also I must say, I like this guy's fashion.
Yeah.
I do. His necklace, I want one of them. But no, I actually like the hat as well. He's got good fashion.
But all the fashion with rapping has always been like. You look at the Beastie Boys. When I was young, I remember everyone taking the VW badges off of cars because they all had like VW badges on chains and things like that. You couldn't find a Beetle or a Golf. Volkswagen Beetle or a Volkswagen Golf without the VW sign stolen off the front of it.
Oh, that's great. Now last one has Dad spoiled. It's lovely. Stormzy. Now me and my dad actually saw him in concert 2 years ago.
3 years ago.
Oh, 3 years ago, and I really enjoyed it, and it would be because I know a lot of his songs. My dad hadn't heard any of his songs, and he immediately, before he went, he was like, I'm not going to enjoy this. And obviously it's not his thing either. He's also good friends with Ed Sheeran, that had made the single Take Me Back to London, which is a banger. What do you think?
He's very good. I must admit, when we see him in concert, I was not looking forward to it, but he was excellent. He was a great entertainer. His presence on stage, his songs were really good. As I say, Take Me Back to London, I think is one of the best collaborations in recent years with anyone. And he's just a genuine guy.
He's really nice.
A genuine guy. I've seen a few interviews with him, and that he's got such a talent and such a genuine guy. But if I had the chance again, I think I would go and see him again. Especially if it was a concert over here, I'd definitely go and see him again.
If there was a Grand Prix with him, like him and Ed Sheeran,
Oh yeah, I would actually. Stormzy now, he's one of these guys that I would actually go and see, buy tickets and go and see. Not just if he was at the Grand Prix concerts, I would actually go and buy a ticket and go and see.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he was excellent.
Wow.
He was excellent.
Name 3 of his songs.
I can't name 3 of his songs.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But he's just one of those artists that I think he's gonna be big. He's gonna be big if he's not big enough already.
Vossi Bop's really good.
Yeah, but as a modern day rapper, I think he's good, very good.
He also has obviously he has that. He's really known for his vest. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen the Kevlar vest or whatever, but
yeah.
He's just very good, I think.
Yeah, I do really enjoy him as well. I did not know you would go and see him again. Right, last bit of the video, remastered music. Now we've got 4 songs here, same as with the rappers. I previously showed him before we went on this video, and I actually did not see his reaction when he heard the video. So this is going to be absolutely hilarious. Because obviously my dad's really touchy about remade music. So first one is Elton John's "Hold Me Closer." Now, yes, I do understand that Elton is actually backing the song. He's on it, but I'm wondering if you agree with him remaking the song with obviously popular artists like Britney Spears. He also did a song called with Dua Lipa, that was a mix of Rocket Man and Sacrifice. And to someone who is a big fan, what do you think?
Oh, big fan of Elton John. I just don't like the way he does what he's done with it. I know he wants to modernise it and bring it to the forefront, but
It doesn't need it.
his music doesn't need it. There's albums out there like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road that he's probably one of these most phenomenal albums that's out there, with some amazing tunes on it. So I can't understand why he's doing these collaborations and mixing two songs.
Cold Heart, I think, is a bit iffy. I'm not too sure about that. But this song, Hold Me Closer, I like it. I know you
It's
may.
just a remix of Tiny Dance.
Yeah, but it's like okay. I'll get onto this in a little bit. But I like clubbed up DJ versions of songs. They're okay. But this is, and I think this is quite good. And also, I mean, yes, Elton John is on the song, yeah, and I do understand that Britney. I mean, I have mixed feelings about Britney, but like, yeah, I understand why someone like my dad would not enjoy it. Now, his face, oh my god, I just saw his face, that was absolutely brilliant. Right, and now I heard the song on the radio and I actually really like it, and I do, and the DJ club, I like DJ club music, that's been remade in clubby, it is what this song is when like you look at from a perspective where you would play it in a club, or like you'd play it at a party or something, and it just seems there's something about the song that does seem unnatural, but I do also like it. This song is based on a song from a while ago that I don't know the exact name of. I don't know who the person is. I know it's Hadaway. That's the
But the thing is, they were DJs, Hadaway and people like that, but they mixed their own music. And I like David Guetta. Some of his older stuff I really like. It's his own stuff. When they start mixing older club music with newer club music, and they're just trying to modernise the older style music. I just think it devalues it. I really do. I think David Guetta is better than remixing something from like Hadaway, which is like a 90s, was it late 90s club tune?
Oh, absolutely.
So early 90s, mid 90s, club tune and that. So I just think it devalues it.
Yeah, I do like, obviously, I do like the like clubbed up version, but you obviously you heard the song. What did you think about it?
No, I don't like it. I just don't like it.
I think you just like before when you know what you're about to get, you immediately make an assumption saying it's bad.
I just don't like their time music. I just don't like them remixing this time music.
Yeah. All right. Next one is now. Okay, before I get into this one, you were shown this earlier. Now obviously this song is actually very popular to this day, even after this unfortunate passing of Juice WRLD. And it's a very good song. It is on my playlist, but it's actually based on the backing track of a song by Sting called "Shape of My Heart." I mean, Sting is obviously very close to my heart, as I've explained in my last video, part 2. But what about you?
Again, I'll just say you devalue some of the original songs and that.
This is only used in the intro. Does that change anything you think?
No, because they can't. It just goes to show they can't think of anything new. When you think, right, Shape of My Heart, what's that got to do with lucid dreams and things like that?
I have to agree with you there.
There's just no resemblance. It's just someone ripping off someone else's backing track, someone else's hard work. Okay, maybe you can pay royalties and that, but come on. When there's so many things out there. So Ed Sheeran's made so much good music, and people have tried taking him to court. If he can make new music, then why can't these people, instead of using other people's music? And it goes all the way through. Yes, I don't mind people. Some people do remake music, and there's versions out there of songs, but they don't try and mix it in with something else. You look at Sound of Silence. The original was Art Garfunkel.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry, Simon and Garfunkel. It's a phenomenal tune. Okay, and a heavy rock group did the Disturbed did a version of it, and I'll tell you one thing: it's a brilliant version of it. and it's not very often I say that, but it is a brilliant version of it. But they didn't try and rip it off. They've done their own version of it, okay? But when you're mixing in other people's music, I just don't...
After that, I've got a really bad question for you.
Go on then.
You know that song that we always listen to on the radio, like Tom Petty and While My Guitar Gently Weeps?
Right, okay. Yeah, but that's a cover version, right? They didn't try changing that. Okay, it was originally done by the Beatles. It was originally done by the Beatles. And the actual, when that was played, it's actually for George Harrison's, it was a tribute to George Harrison, okay, of the Beatles. And George Harrison's son is actually playing on the video. It's had so many views on it, and it's probably one of the greatest solos Prince has ever done. Yes, that's a cover, but they haven't tried
like changing the lyrics.
They haven't tried changing the lyrics. They've just covered the song to a brilliant standard.
I get that.
Instead of trying to rip off or using it as a sample in their own song, it's just a cover.
Yeah, I get that. So you'd rather have it stay as a cover than not change it.
If they're going to do a cover, do a cover.
Okay.
But don't rip it. Don't use it to sample it in another song, your own song.
Okay. Last one. Now, oh god. Now this song I've actually heard on the radio many times. I'm sorry, Rita, but I really do not like this song. It's a remix version of Fatboy Slim song called "Praise You," and it says the song features him. When it doesn't exactly. And I want to go back and what I said about remix DJ club songs. Now this song does not count. This is not one of them, and I think my dad does agree. But obviously, I want to see how you feel about it. I do not like this song.
Fatboy Slim, okay. He was one of the 80s. He was in a band in the 80s and then he went on to DJ. And Praise You is probably one of the biggest DJ songs out there that people remember. And it's a brilliant song. And then someone comes along and tries to redo it when it doesn't need redoing. It's still played in clubs nowadays as its original version.
Yeah.
Yes, people mix it in with other songs to transfer, but they don't try and change the song. They really don't try and change. Rita Ora's come. I used to like her, I must admit.
Used to?
Yeah.
You still do?
No, I've just gone off her with some of her stuff, but this probably one of the greatest club songs ever, and she's just tried to. She just ripped it off, and in my point of view, she's ripped it off, and certain songs shouldn't be covered or shouldn't even be.
I do agree.
And that's one of them. And yeah, Fatboy Slim was. He was great. He's a great as in a band, and he was phenomenal as a DJ in that. And I just think this devalues it again.
Yeah. As I've already said, I don't like this song, but yeah, I do agree. Rita's songs, like beforehand, like say 2018 to 2019, that was her like good music period. I mean, yeah, she's made some good ones since, but she doesn't release a lot of music. And then she comes out with this, it's just a bit weird. But yeah, anyway. Well, everyone, that'll be the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed that conversation earlier that we had. Went out the window, didn't it?
Yeah. What did you expect?
I honestly don't know why I put a barrier on it. I know what my dad's like. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. If there is anything you have an idea for part 4 or episode 4 at this point, is there anything you would know?
I've got a couple, yes, I've got a couple of ideas.
Oh my god.
That I'll think about.
My hands are going to be wrecked after this. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If there's anything you would like, obviously, I hope you enjoyed the Rick Ashley. And everyone, I hope you all have a great day. And anything you would like to say before you leave?
Thank you very much for listening.
Right. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.